All right, guys, what's going on, man? I'm gonna wait till some people come here, but I got nice. Excuse me. I got a lot of good topics today. I may have a special guest. You guys may recognize this person. Let's wait until they come on. Looking forward to it. So, guys, are definitely gonna enjoy this episode of Let's Talk Boxing. Can't wait for you guys to see what's in store, man. This channel is gonna grow a lot. A lot of people don't realize what I got in store. John Rivas, mio personalmente. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. What's going on, man? How's my audio, by the way? Let me know. Yo, Vic. What up, Victor? What's going on, brother? I'm waiting for some people to come on so far, and then we start this boxing talk. You ready? Looking forward to, man. How about that fight this Saturday? This past Saturday, Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter. Very entertaining fight. Very chess match fight. It was like kind of like a chess match. What'd you guys think of the stoppage, man? I ain't like the stoppage. I tweeted about it. I felt this guy, Kenny Porter, made it way too personal. Shawn Porter wasn't that hurt to the point where the fight needed to be stopped. He fought a good fight. He got touched up. He got dropped a couple times, but it wasn't like he was, super hurt. And this Saturday, we got two really good fights. We got Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa. That fight's going to be a good fight. We could talk about that one for sure. And we also got Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos, which that's going to be a good fight. That's at least a good performance. I'm excited for it because Telfemo is one, my favorite fighter, and two, Telfemo has just been out the ring for so long. And even if you're not a Telfemo fan, you know he's a good fighter. And not seeing him on your screen, potentially getting, these highlight reel knockouts that he did, like he did against Diego Magdaleno, like he did against Richard Comey, is not good for the sport. We need guys like that active, guys who score knockouts, especially. We need those guys active, and Teofimo Lopez is definitely going to be one of those fighters. Kenny saved his life. He ain't saved shit, man. No disrespect, bro, but like Shawn Porter was not that hurt. At no point did I see him wobbly. At no point was he cut, or was he really, wincing at the punches, or his looked like he knew what he was doing. He wasn't trying to win. All the signs of when a fight should be stopped were not there. When he got dropped the second time, which is when the fight stopped, he started punching the ground. I wanted to see him get up and fight. I wanted to see how he's going to handle this adversity. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. We was robbed of that. What if Shawn Porter would have got up and got mad? Same way he was punching that ground, he just came and gave it his all and started doing his mauling style like how he did against Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really left a bad taste in my mouth as far as how the fight ended. I was not happy with the stoppage at all. I was not. And listen, I'm somebody who I'm okay with, certain fights be getting stopped. Like, and I'll be like, all right, like that's a good fight. That's a good stoppage. Even if it was a little early, I'm like, you know what? I still don't want to see nobody get too hurt. That was like somebody stopping the fight didn't even cross my mind. It wasn't even a thought in my mind. And I care about the boxers. I care about their health. But listen, this is boxing. This is a championship fight. Like, you're going to get dropped. Is a possibility you may get dropped. The other guy has a belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, hell no. Bud is the best finisher in the game. I agree. But you also got to remember Shawn Porter is one of the toughest guys in the game, too. So I'm saying, you want to see the toughest guy face the toughest finisher. Can he finish him off? That would have been a great story for the boxing. It would have been a great story for the people. Nah, man, I don't agree. What are your thoughts on Edgar Berlanga? Edgar Berlanga from Brooklyn, New York. I'm biased. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm always going to be part of the home team. But if I'm being honest, if I'm being unbiased, man, I see a lot of things he needs to work on. one, his punch selection seems to be sometimes very basic. I don't really see. Also, I don't really see a lot of like head movement and like I don't really see nothing particularly as far as his skills wise, anything particularly special. Now that power is real, real, real. Even his last fight that got to the decision, you saw that guy's eye. That guy eye was closed shut. But I question his chin, man. I'm worried about his chin. He got dropped in sparring against a 154 pounder in Erickson Lubin. He got dropped in the amateurs. I've seen it with my own eyes. He got dropped in his last fight. That chin is suspect. And it don't matter how hard of a puncher you are. If you got a weak chin, you can get exposed. Look at Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is one of the hardest punchers in all of boxing, but that chin ain't shit, and he don't trust it, and it's costing him his career. Like especially if you don't win his next fight. Morrell Jr. better than Berlanga. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. David Morrell, the Cuban guy, this dude is nasty, man. Only 5 fights. And you look at the records of who he's fought in those 5 fights, he's probably in line for a title shot in like 3 to 4 fights down the line. So when he has a total of 8, 9 fights, he'd probably be in line for a title shot. I'm really high on David Morrell. I don't have a problem with the stoppage, but it's what he said after saying he wasn't prepared. Oh my God. I already got on this. I went live the next day after the fight, but I'll talk about it again. This is my man, Carlos Montes. It's one of my guys, man. He be showing up, showing love. I was so upset with how Kenny Porter talked about his son after the fight as to why he stopped the fight. What he said was, yo, this shit is crazy. He said, oh, Shawn Porter didn't prepare enough. Shawn Porter didn't get ready enough. First of all, it's your job to get him ready. That's just the first of all. Second of all, he didn't look out of shape. Anybody in here saw Shawn Porter breathing heavy? Did he look like he didn't know what he was doing in the ring? Did he look outclassed? So I don't know where you're saying he wasn't prepared. He looked pretty ready to me. He fought a good fight. I had a 5-4 before the stoppage. Like I don't understand why he said he wasn't prepared. That's just That's just that. Then on top of that, you're not taking no accountability, no responsibility, bro. You should have said I didn't prepare him enough. I saw this, I saw that, and then he's talking about I'm gonna have breakfast with him tomorrow morning. He's my son, and this, and I get it. It's not my son in there, so it's hard for me to question a father when to stop a fight, but I think he made it a little bit too personal. What about him? What about his legacy and story? Why not, give him a shot? But he didn't see it that way. He did not see it that way. Oh, hold on. I ain't even put the link for you guys to call in. Hold on one second. Guys. I gotta put the link. I gotta pin that for you guys. Let me see if I could do that. Still here. All right. Boom. Oh, damn. All right. I know what I got to do. Hold on. My bad, guys. I forgot to pin for you guys to call in. And, if you guys are curious, want to say anything to me, or want to. Got it. Boom. All right. So I just pinned to the top of the chat right there. If you guys want to call in, feel free. Just call in from your phone or from your computer. You can either use your face or use the just your voice. It's up to you. I would gladly appreciate if you guys, especially if you guys have a real question. I'm cool with that. If you guys want to talk about Teofimo Cambosos, that fight, how I think that fight is going to turn out, or if you want to talk about Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa, that fight is amazing. Let's stop right there. Let me talk about that. Stephen Fulton is a really, really good, fun Philly fighter to watch. He has skills. He's like a pot shotter. I'm trying to think who he reminds me of. And hear me out. I'm not saying skill wise. I'm just saying who watching him, how he fights, how it reminds me. Reminds me a little bit of Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't have the shoulder roll. He's not as defensive. He's not as good as Floyd Mayweather. So please don't say I'm saying that. But what I mean by is he hits hard. He clips people. He touches you. He moves his head. He's really, really talented. And Brandon Figueroa, tough guy, a warrior. Oh, hold on. I got a caller. I'll get back to that. I don't know if there's my man Carlos. Hold on a second.
Yo.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. Damn. My bad. Yo, you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, what's going on? First, where you from?
I already told you, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, you told me. My bad. You're right.
Nah,
What's
yeah,
going
you're
on,
good.
brother? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing much better now that I'm talking with you.
Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate that. Nah, man. Well, yeah, these fights been crazy. And the Crawford and Porter one, honestly, it was a really good fight. I actually really liked that fight. What's it called? For me, I think I had it 5 rounds to 4 for Porter, but I had a feeling that eventually Crawford was just gonna probably find the good shots, and he did. I immediately knew once he knocked him down, like it was over, man. Like he's literally one of the best finishers in boxing, if not the best.
No, I agree. And you know what? You know what pisses me off most? I don't know if you
His
saw
dad,
my.
yeah.
What was that?
You said what pisses him off the most? That you were talking about, like his dad.
Oh yeah, that pissed me off a lot. How he said he wasn't prepared. But what I was gonna say is, I predicted 11th round stoppage.
Me too.
And to me, that's when if Kenny Porter ain't throw that towel, that would have happened.
Yeah, I mean, if it honestly, I feel both ways about it. If he didn't throw in the towel, Porter would have probably got knocked the fuck out. And now that he did throw in the towel, Porter would have been like, oh, like I would have rather gone on my shield and all that. But it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't change the outcome.
Nah, but the thing is that like I listen, I agree with you that Crawford would have eventually got the stoppage, but you got to remember this is a championship fight.
Yeah.
So, you gotta give a little bit of leeway when it's a championship fight. Two, he wasn't hurt to the point where like, oh my God, his brain was getting rattled. He lost 9 rounds in a row. That wasn't the case. He was putting up a good fight. And on top of that, you knew this was his last fight. That's how you take him out? Come on, man. You got to let the man live his legacy. And again, I'm okay with you playing it safe because at the end of the day, this is a dangerous sport. But I'm not okay with you knowing that this is a pay-per-view and there's people that paid tickets to watch the fight. There's people that paid to watch it at home. There's people who had fight parties and you fucking stop the fight like that. I don't know, man. I represent the consumer, man. And the consensus for the consumer was not happy with that stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, like for me, like I said, like it probably could have gone on longer, but I don't have too much of a problem. It's just what he said after, like he wasn't prepared.
Oh, that was
like,
bad.
When he said that, like I don't know if you saw, but like the crowd was like booing him and stuff, and like hell yeah, like even for Porter, like I feel bad because like he was like right there next to him, and he was kind of laughing a little bit, but you can tell he was like he was embarrassed when he said that.
Yeah, no, it made it look like
Come on, man.
It made it look like he was sunning him like in a negative way. Like you didn't prepare the way I wanted you to. Now I'm stopping this fight before it's there to be stopped. That's almost how it came across. And also, like he took no responsibility. Like
Exactly.
He didn't say that I didn't prepare him enough. My game plan wasn't good enough. Terence Crawford was the better fighter. Had he came across like that, I still would have had a problem with the stoppage because I thought it was too early, but I wouldn't have a problem with what he said. What he said is he put all the blame on his son. Even if it was his son's fault, take the blame. That's what a father does. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I know some of us talk about like Teofimo's dad being a little bit embarrassing the way he always hypes his son up, but like at least he hypes his son up and like he believes in him and like he speaks about him like well. Like I know like he sometimes he looks like a clown with some of the stuff he says, but like at least he believes in his son like that much. I don't think he would ever just go on air and say, "Oh yeah, my son didn't prepare enough." I think it could be more like, it is what it is. We just didn't win the fight. But for him just to say like, yeah, he didn't prepare enough. Like, dude, you're his coach. Like,
Yo,
you didn't
yeah,
prepare enough.
okay, he didn't prepare enough. All right, so who didn't do their job?
Yeah, exactly. You're the coach.
You're the fucking coach. You're the one that's supposed to get him prepared.
Exactly.
And what pisses me off is that I did not see Shawn Porter misprepared for that fight. You had him up 5-4. I had him
he looked
down.
great.
I had him down 5-4. Neither of us had him. It wasn't 8-1. He was prepared. He was fighting good. He was landing shots.
Exactly.
And again, he has a history of fighting through adversity. Look at what he did against Spence and Broner when he got dropped late in both fights. Came back, finished the fight. Yeah, at least give this man the chance to leave out on his, not on his shield, but leave out to the point where he gave it his all.
Exactly, man.
His gas tank was still not even halfway low. And you pulled the plug on him. It was wrong. It was wrong what he did, especially when you add on top of the fact that he threw him under the bus.
Exactly, man. And Porter, like, at the end of the day, it's his decision to retire. But if I'm Porter, like, he still has a long way to go. He can still fight and win a bunch of fights. Maybe not against like the top guys like Crawford, Errol Spence, but he can still win a bunch of fights. I probably just wouldn't have like Kenny Porter as my coach anymore, because if that's how he's going to represent me, then why would I want him as my coach? I know he's my dad and stuff, and it would suck to have to fire him. But if that was me, I would, that same night, I would be like, yeah, I can't have you as my coach anymore.
Yeah, no, but Shawn Porter seemed pretty much. I agree with you. I don't want to dismiss your point. I agree with you, but yeah, Shawn Porter seemed pretty set that he's going to retire, and I think he is going to retire. I don't. He has a podcast. He works for NBC Sports, Fox Sports. Sometimes he's on Showtime. He's making moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think he really is retired.
Yeah. What's it called? But like, yeah, moving on from that, I don't want to take too much of the time. But what's it called? I was gonna say, this fight coming up too, man. Like, I'm as a big Teofimo Lopez fan myself, and obviously you, I'm excited for this fight. But at the same time, I'm a little nervous because I mean, George Kambosos, he's pretty decent. I'm really hoping Teofimo Lopez wins. But I saw the press conference today, and just leading up to the fight, what Cambosos was saying, they're giving nervous energy, and I kind of see it, but honestly, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Just in the press conference today.
Don't be nervous, bro. That's what I think. Do not be nervous. Telfemo,
man, but like this is always how I get. I don't know why.
Yeah, man. Don't be nervous, man. Telfemo he's gonna outclass him. I'm not saying he's gonna knock him out he may knock him out in the first round, or he may not lose a round and knock him out like in the third or some shit like that. Like, this dude is not fucking with Telfemo. Telfemo is a real special fighter, man. And he's going to prove it that this Saturday. That's the best part about it. He's very focused. He's never out of shape. He's always sparring, always in the gym. And when you hear him speak, he talks about his preparation, how he uses puzzles, how he reads a lot, and how he listens to music for inspiration. This dude is very focused in. He's very in touch with himself, and he knows who he is, and he's gonna win. Don't worry about that.
What's it called? The weird thing that Cambosos was saying, there was like, oh, like, while he's out partying, while he's out drinking, smoking, and all that. It's like, bro, Teofimo Lopez is like in probably the best shape he's been in. Like, what are you talking about?
I've never seen Teofimo Lopez.
Exactly. Like, he's acting like he's the only one who's taking this fight serious, how he's more hungry and all that. It's like Teofimo Lopez is the champion for a reason. Like, I'm pretty sure he's just as hungry to defend his titles and prove something, because people must have forgot, like, this dude just beat the pound for pound at the time, Lomachenko, just a year ago. And, I mean, he didn't dominate him, but he won pretty convincingly.
He won fair and
square. A lot of rounds.
Yeah. I had an 8-4.
Best.
Yeah. No, I agree. But all right, Carlos, thank you so much for that call, my brother. I really appreciate you, man. And you're always in the chat active, so I really appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, for sure, man. What's it called? All the best, towards you and your channel and everything like that. I hope to see it grow. And yeah, for sure, man.
No, thank you. And it will grow. And don't worry, I'll know that you were one of the people that were calling in early and shit. So I really appreciate you, though.
For sure, man. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.
All right, man. See you. All right, that was my man Carlos, man. I love when he called it. Always coming in with some good points. Much respect, Broadway Joel in the chat. Stopped in, show support, and hit the like button. Happy holidays to you and you in the chat. Yo, thank you so much, Tony Boswell. Hey, everybody, hit that like button on the chat, please. You know, helps me out with the algorithm. Thank you so much, Tony Boswell, for reminding me, and happy holidays to you in the chat as well. I think Tio will finish Cambosos inside of 6. Tio going to show why he is the best. Cambosos talked himself into an ass whooping. Yeah, one of the things that I see Tio do, which is something I've seen Tom Brady do, is and Kobe, they'll hear something and it'll be something minor and they'll grab onto it and use it as motivation. So I think he's really gonna punish Cambosos, and that's why he keeps saying first round knockout, first round knockout. I think the intentions are to hurt Cambosos real bad in terms of like punishing blows and putting on a beating on him. I don't think he's gonna go in there. You know, he's not gonna be Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali dancing in the ring. I think he's coming in to knock somebody the fuck out. And for it's unfortunate that it's going to be Cambosos. Cambosos, he don't know what he's in for on this Saturday. I really don't. He really doesn't. Let me see. Tio's going to walk into something terrible, and then we'll see what he's about. Come on, bro. I already know what Teofimo's about. You know why I know what Teofimo's about? I spoke about this on the last live, but I don't know if you was here, but I'll bring it up again. Telfemo Lopez, in the 11th round of the Lomachenko fight, got beat up bad. You can go after this live stream, go to the Teofimo Lopez, skip all the way to the 11th round and watch the whole 11th round, how Teofimo Lopez got beat down by Lomachenko. Lomachenko put it on him. And you know what happened? The last and final round, where a lot of people thought that the fight was hanging on. It was hanging on by that round. Telfemo came in and put in a clutch performance in beating up Lomachenko. Beat him up bad after just losing 4 rounds in a row, including the last round, losing it real bad. Came out and beat up Lomachenko real bad and showed him who was the boss in the ring. We know what Teofimo's about. Teofimo fought Lomachenko with 15 fights, 23 years old. I know what Teofimo Lopez is about. Now, Tank, he's fought some decent competition, but we still don't know what he's about. Devin Haney, he hasn't fought nobody, besides our old Jorge Linares coming off a 1-year layoff. That's the only person we've seen him. We still don't know what he's about. Ryan Garcia, he had a good performance. He got dropped. He behaved like the fighter when he got dropped and got the stoppage against Luke Campbell, but then pulled out a bunch of fights with mental health, now broke his hand. So we don't know what he's about. If there's one thing we know is that Teofimo's that dude. Telfemo believes in everything he says. And if you don't believe that, go look at the fight against Lomachenko, who at 23 years old with 15 fights is going into a fight against a 2-time gold medalist who was in everybody's top 5 pound for pound list. Come on, man. You guys got. If Teofimo hasn't proved to you that he's what he's about with 15 fights, fighting Lomachenko and beating him, especially that 12th round, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do that to Teofimo, bro. I agree. Loma caught Teo a few good times. He did in that 11th round. He beat Telfemo bad. He beat him up bad. Devin better stay away from Teo, Stevenson, Tank, maybe even Ryan. I agree. Honestly, out of all those fighters you just mentioned, I do have Devin as the least talented out of them. And at one point, it's ironic because I had him at one point. I think he knocked out. Who did he knock out? It wasn't Santiago. I don't know who he knocked out, but he had knocked somebody out. It was like a 1-punch knockout, crazy knockout of the year type stuff. And I was like, this kid may be special. This kid may be the best out of the 4 kings. I had said that at one point. And then as, things started playing out, I've changed my mind. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a full opinion on Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia yet, because I need to see them in tougher. I need to see them fight tougher. And to be fair, Devin Haney's fighting Jojo Diaz, a legit a legit fighter is. So I'll have a better idea as to how talented Devin Haney is. You're smoking peanut butter extra crunchy champ. Tank and Shakur and Devin would beat the brakes off that clown. Nah, my man. I don't know what you doing. I don't know what they doing in the DMV area. You got that good bud. I don't know what you smoking out there. Teofimo Lopez is number 1, bro. He look, who has more belts? Who's ranked number 1? Who? Listen, you combine Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Tank Davis. You combine all 4 of their resumes, and it doesn't add up to Nakatani, Comey, and Lomachenko. Just with 3 fights, he has a better resume than those 4 fighters. Come on, brother. What the hell is you doing? What the hell? Yo, there is no number. You can hit the link at the top of the chat, and you can call in, and we can have that conversation. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you asking, you want some smoke. Don't come over here with that smoke, baby. I got it for you, bro. Hit the top of the link. It'll take you to a website, and then there you can either use your face or the video, or just use your voice. Most people just use their voice, but if you want to put your face on, that by all means. T.O. is number 4. You out your mind, brother. You out of your mind. You out of your mind. Let me see what he barely beat Loma and didn't even start fighting until the 6th round. Well, key word is he beat Loma, right? So he barely beat him, but you saying that he beat him? All right, now who did Devin Haney beat? I don't know. Who's your favorite fighter, or who you arguing that is better than him? You said that Tank is number 4. So you got, I'm assuming you got, you matter of fact, you said Tank, Devin, and Shakur. Shakur, he's a 130 pounder, so I'm gonna leave him out of there. I really like Shakur. Shakur's a talented fighter. I like all these guys. Let me not say like I have a preference. All right, bro, come right back. I got more smoke for all y'all. But yeah, he beat Lomachenko. Who did Tank beat? Tank beat what? Mario Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz. Jose Pedraza was a good fight. A good fighter, I mean. Like, we got to look at who you beat. Like, that matters to me. I like, people are, but the eye test. And, maybe if the styles make No. Let's look at who beat who. Telfemo Lopez knocked out Richard Comey, the IBF champion, in 2 rounds. And then goes on to fight a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, a 2-time gold medalist, and beat him clearly. And if they rematch, he would knock out Lomachenko. Come on, man. Michael, what's up, brother? Where you calling me from? Yo, you got to unmute your mic. Your mic is mute, bro.
What's good, man? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where you from?
I'm from San Antonio, dog.
Oh, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro? Man, I'm excited about Saturday, man. How about you?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for both fights. Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa, and I'm excited for the Telfemo Cambosos fight. I'm excited for both fights. Which one are you referring to?
I would say both, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Figaro and Fulton, man. I think that man, they about to throw some. They about to slug it out, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Man. That's a fight. That's what you were referring to. That you excited, right?
Yeah, but
Ooh,
I mean the thing about Teo and Cambosos, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I look at Cambosos, that dude is pretty small. I mean, today at the press conference, they look like. I mean, yeah, the hype, man, but Teofimo's strong, man. I think he gonna pop that dude. If he pop him on that chin, I think Cambosos out. Yeah, I don't think he gonna survive Teofimo.
No, I agree. Teofimo Lopez is so explosive. Like, he'll go from his regular stance to a hard power punch faster than any current fighter right now. Like, he's really, really explosive. But I agree with you. The better fight, and listen, Teofimo Lopez is my favorite fighter. The bigger fight is definitely Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa. That's going to be a war.
Man, because I mean, he's small, but when I saw Brandon Figueroa beat Neri, I was like, damn, this dude, he's pretty good, man. I was like, but I ain't gonna lie, Louis Neri's kind of small. When I saw that fight, I was like, I mean, Figueroa's not overrated, but I was like, man, he kind of big too for 122. I was
Yeah,
looking at him.
he's
Like,
like
man, that's a
5'8",
big dude.
5'9", right?
Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy might be a featherweight. Really, he looked like a featherweight, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
the thing is with me that I don't like about Brandon Figueroa is sometimes I feel like, because he's like a pretty boy, like like he's like a model.
dude, he looks funny. Every time I see that dude fight, I'm like, bro, this guy does not look like a boxer. I'm like, this guy he does. He looks like he looks like he just be like a model for Nike or something, like just a regular model. I'm like, dude, he does not look like a boxer. But then you see him box, you're like, oh shit, this dude can box.
The thing is, the reason I brought up his looks is because I could care less how somebody looks. But the thing is, I feel like he overcompensates. I feel like he knows how he looks and he knows that he's a pretty boy. That he overcompensates. Like, fuck it, I'm a brawler. I'm gonna stay there. And I'm willing to get hit. And it's like, bro, you don't have to prove shit to nobody.
Yeah, no, he does it. But
game.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie to them, man. Like, cause like when you look at Brandon Figueroa, you're like, dude, this dude looks like a kid. Like, you're like, nah, I'm only 18 for real. I mean, I'm finna turn 18, but I'm like, dude, this guy, I was looking at him like, man, this dude's young as shit, but he's like, what, only like 23, I think. But
who you picking?
I not out of biasness, but I think Fulton is more skilled. But the one thing I'm gonna say, because man, he was brawling with Angelo Leo. I mean, he was like staying in the pocket. He was trying to, and I'm gonna say something. Leo popped him, man. Angelo Leo was popping his ass. I mean, a couple of times it looked like Fulton was clinching. And I'm gonna say this: if he does that with Figueroa, dude, that Figueroa punches hard. I'm not even gonna lie, he punches hard, man. So if he gets popped by Figueroa, he could get dropped.
Yeah, so I don't know who you picking though.
I'm gonna go Fulton. No, I'm gonna go Fulton, but I say I feel like people underrate Figueroa though.
Nah. I the thing is with me, I'm picking Fulton too, by the way. So you're on the right track. But the thing is with me is I've seen at times Fulton pop shot, and I know he's able to do it. Like if you remember the fight, I forget the guy's name. He fought a southpaw. Damn, I forget the guy's name. My bad.
Yeah,
I could probably look it up. But my point is, he was really pop shotting this guy and catching him, and ended up stopping him with a body shot. And if you look at Stephen Fulton's box rec, he's been in tough. He has a lot of undefeated fighters on his resume. So he even early in his career, they put him in tough. And to me, when you get put in tough, there's a lot of experience that you get throughout those wars and out those tough fights, because fighting an undefeated fighter who's not willing to give up their O is definitely, a tough way to go about doing business. He only has 17, 18 fights. And I want to say he has 6 or 7 of them are all undefeated. And Brandon Figueroa is another undefeated fighter. So to me, Stephen Fulton is a much more talented fighter. And I feel like he's going to get the W.
And like I said, because we said then that other line, I was like, man, if Naoya Inoue moves up, I want to see. Oh my goodness, man, I want to see him fight Stephen Fulton.
By the way, this is Michael Blunt.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my nigga. Oh, yo, what up, bro? My bad. I just saw Michael. Me. What's up? What's going on, brother? I really like your when you be commenting, bro. I like it, man.
Yeah, bro. Now I fuck with your boxing show because I follow Box Talk, and when I saw y'all doing, I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "This dude, you in Box Talk?" I fuck with y'all, so I was like,
"Yeah." And I'll be having a scream on Box Talk. That's my guy, Freddie. That's my dude. But
no, I fuck with Box Talk, but sometimes that boy biased about Raleigh, man.
Bro, did you see me on there trying to convince him how bad Rolly looked? And he's telling me, no, Rolly didn't look bad on the press conference. I'm like,
because look, I ain't gonna lie, I said in the thing, Gervonta Davis, that's my favorite fighter. I'm not even lie, that's my favorite fighter. But look, I saw, man, I was looking at Rolly, I was like, dude, this motherfucker fights so weird, bro. Have you heard the way, like, when you punch somebody, like, you just, bro. Rolly sounds like a duck, bro. I'm like, what the fuck when he punches, bro? Like, I don't know what is, I'm not gonna lie. I think Rolly's kind of slow in the head, bro. Like, that ass. When I look at him fight, I'm like, bro.
But Rolly hits hard, though. No, don't let that shit
I'll say that one, bro. I was saying behind Tank and Ryan Garcia, I ain't gonna lie, he's up there with the hardest punches. He can punch, man.
He can punch.
I won't lie about that. That dude, he's got knockout power.
Yeah. Like, say whatever you want as far as like whatever he may sound slow. He may have that slow strength, man, because when
Dude,
he puts
if he
people
would
out,
just learn how to jab, I feel like he would be really, really better.
he
Really,
just needs to
honestly.
learn how to fight on the inside better. He's such a dirty fighter at
Yeah,
times. It takes away
and look,
from what
like you
the
say, he is
entertainment of the
just
fight.
like Cruz. He is just like, bro.
Damn, you really watch my channel. Yo, I
Bro,
fuck with you, bro. I
nah,
fuck with
bro,
you.
nah. Look, when you said that, I was thinking because I'm gonna be honest though, I like the Cruz fight more than Rolly because I'm like, man, Cruz. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Cruz as a fighter, man. When I watch this dude fight, I'm like, bro, this guy's a bitch, man.
He's
Like he
mad
fights like,
dirty.
dude, like, man, I didn't even notice he did that, but I was watching that. I think it was the Charlo undercard. Man, and he threw a nice body shot, man, but they replayed it. Motherfucker headbutted the shit out of Vargas. I was like, dude, this guy is fucking dirty, man.
Yeah, he's
And
a
I was
dirty
like,
fighter. And what makes it more scary for me is this dude Gervonta Tank Davis is a southpaw.
yep.
And you know when southpaws fight orthodox fighters, just even if both fighters are clean fighters, there's just you're
gonna bump
susceptible to
heads.
getting head clashes.
Yep.
Now, add on top of that Cruz is a dirty fighter. Like I don't, I wouldn't like. We can't put it past that the fight gets stopped on a head clash.
I ain't gonna lie though. I feel like if Cruz he low blows Tank, I'm just being honest. If he does that, or then I feel like Tank is gonna get mad as shit and just fucking walk up on his ass, and he might just pop. But look, the thing is, I said it because I'm not biased. Like I watch a lot of fighters. Like I watch people. I'll even look at the 140 dudes, and I'm just like, man, I'm gonna look at a dude that I think can compete with Tank. The number one dude though, I think can beat Tank just because. Like, man, he's the best out of most of the guys I've seen. I think it's Teofimo. That's the best dude I think can beat Tank out of all of everybody. That's the fight I want to see.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Telfimo's my favorite fighter, but I'm
yeah.
not a biased guy. I would admit if Tank could beat him, but I think Teofimo beats everybody at 135. But you're right.
Dude.
That's a fight in a fucking half, bro.
Dude, if they fight, I'm not gonna lie, man. That would be it would have to end in a knockout, man, just because of their punching power. But I'm not gonna lie, man. If Teo pops Tank, he'll drop him. He will. I'm not because Teofimo, man. When I saw him beat Comey, I was like, dude, this guy's pretty good, man. I was like, this guy's good.
No, and then you seen what Comey did to Marinez.
Oh, dude, nah, that knockout. Let me tell you something. When I was like, dude, when I saw Comey slump Mourinho, I was like, dude, you know what? Fuck it, put Raleigh in there with Comey. Watch what he does. Because Mourinho's he beat Raleigh, man. That was
definitely
bullshit.
Beat Raleigh.
That was bullshit. That was
the shit out of his ass, my Dominican brother. But yeah. But all right, man. Yo, any questions more before I let you go?
Nah, my God. But I keep watching. I keep watching the strength. I ain't doing nothing right now. I'm just chilling, bro.
Man. I appreciate your support, man. I really do.
Got you, my guy.
Wait, hold on before you go. My bad. What'd you say?
I said I got you next time too. I'll call in whenever you got more call-ins.
All right, for sure. It was one last question. You said you an amateur boxer?
Yeah, I'm just starting amateur now.
That's what's up, man. Good luck, man. My advice to you is always stay in shape. Always.
Yeah, appreciate you, dog.
Running is the most important exercise you can do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my brother.
Appreciate you, dog.
Anytime.
All right, bro.
All right, Joel Santana. I'm going for Cambosos this Saturday. That's what this guy says. And then he goes, I hate Telfemo. So obviously you working out of emotion. You're not working out of logic because there is no way Teofimo Lopez is losing this Saturday. I'm sorry. I don't mean to break the news to you. I don't want you to be this Saturday with your popcorn going, Teofimo's gonna lose. Nah, my brother. Nah, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. I don't mean to burst your bubble, but Teofimo Lopez is winning by knockout this weekend. So yeah. You don't like Teofimo because he beat Lomachenko. There you go. Lomachenko's probably your favorite fighter, and he beat him, and you just mad he won't give him a rematch because if Lomachenko would have beat Telfemo, he wouldn't have given him a rematch. So was good for good for the geese is good for the gander. You know, that's what it is. Crawford is the best fighter in the world. I don't agree with that. I have him as the number 4 best fighter in the world. I got Canelo Alvarez as number 1 pound for pound. Undisputed in 11 months. Come on, man. Don't take a guy credit away. He had 3 belts at the middleweight division, 4 belts at the super middleweight division. Don't take that away from him, man. All right, we got another caller. Jorge, my brother, how's it going? Where you calling me from?
What up, man? I'm calling from California.
California. What's part?
Santa Rosa, Bay Area, North California.
Got you. What's going on, my brother?
Nah, man, I think Teofimo's gonna smoke Cambosos, man.
Oh,
I don't give him more than 7 rounds, to be honest. Cambosos looks focused and all, but I think Teofimo's he's on another level, man.
Yeah, and if you know the history of Teofimo Lopez, he has sparred Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, all these guys he sparred before he went pro. Now as a pro, he's fighting the best. He has all this experience. He's really gonna turn up another level, I feel.
You know, as much as I want Teo to win too, I also love an upset, man. You know, I'm Honduran myself, and
yo, that wasn't even me. My hand, I was going like that. I don't know who you call back, Jorge. I did not end your call. Jorge, if you want to call back, I won't cut your call short. Even though you talk about upset, you pissed me off. But call back, man. Is it true Teofimo ain't really from Brooklyn, or is he from South Florida? Laugh out loud. Kind of off topic. So he is and isn't from Brooklyn. He was born in Brooklyn and he lived here until he was about 6, I want to say. And then he moved to Florida until he was 19, I want to say. And then moved back to New York. And now he lives in Vegas. But us Brooklynites, we still claim him. We still got that bet. I don't know. I don't know what bet you talking about, but you let me know. If you talk about Cambosos versus Teofimo, I'll bet whatever you want. I got Teofimo. If Teofimo fights Lomachenko, your favorite fighter, I bet whatever you want on Teofimo. Canelo ducks anyone who would whoop him. I mean, like this is. Oh, hold on. Yo, Bugsy King, I'll address you in a minute. I got my man Jorge on the line. His call fell off. I don't know why. Yo, Jorge, your call fell off.
Man? My call fell off. Where was I at, man?
You were saying how you love an upset in terms of the Teofimo versus Cambosos, and that you're Honduran.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just one thing, man. Just one thing that I want to say about Teo, man. You know, in the case that the upset was to happen, like in that reality, you know, I would like Teo to just take the loss, man. If he loses, man, I would like him to, because when he fought Nakatani, man, all those excuses he was making at the end, like I didn't like that, man. I wasn't feeling it, you know. I felt like my warrior let me down for a little bit, you know what I mean?
No, but he won though.
I know he won, but he was bringing up like all his personal problems and all that, and I know that affects fighters, but we ain't trying to hear that, man. He's supposed to be a pro, you know what I mean? So in the case that the upset does happen, man, I would like him to take it like a champ, you know, and fucking give the guy props and fucking keep going, keep pushing forward, you know what I mean?
Bro, why we even? He's not gonna lose, man.
No. I'm thinking in that reality, in the case that it did, I feel like he's gonna win. But in the case that he does, just like he beat Lomachenko and he wasn't expected to, I don't want him to take the loss like Lomachenko did, you know, because I felt like Lomachenko was acting like a bee, you know what I mean?
I get you. I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about it.
Other than that, I hate to be, you know, I just had to get that out, man, because that's a little thorn on the side that I had. But other than that, man, I got Teo. I support him all the way. He's like our first like known athlete. You know, I'm a Honduran myself, and I'm really proud of him. And I'm all for Teo on Saturday, man. We got the barbecue going, and he's got a whole country behind him, man. So he better make us proud, man. Just like Pac used to make the Philippines proud. I want Teo to make us proud, man.
I got a question for you. In Honduras, I'm not talking about the Hondureños aquí. You know, I'm talking about over there in the country. Is he a known fighter in Honduras?
Look, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to Honduras When was it? In 2019. And that's the first time I ever heard of Teal, man. I've seen big billboards of Teal all over the place. I was like, who the F is that, you
Really?
know? Who the F is that? And then my cousin was like, he's the champ, man. He's gonna fight. He's the only Honduran boxer that's doing it in the majors. And I was like, really? So I started looking him up on YouTube and stuff, and slowly, man, honestly, to be honest, Teal's the person that brought me into boxing, because before that, I wasn't really into boxing, and I was like just a casual, I would watch the big fights at a bar or whatever, but Teal brought me into I'm really focused in the 135s right now.
Well, Jorge, all I can tell you is, trust me, you guys got a good one, man. This kid is special.
Yeah, man.
This kid is special, believe me.
I got a lot of expectations, man, and I can't wait till he gets in the ring with Haney, man. Haney's like he's like a big hype job, man. To me, after that Linares fight, he proved it to me that he's just a hype job, man. He does have a lot of skill, but the last 2 rounds, all that hugging and all that, man, that showed me that he was just surviving, man. He's not really up there. He's got a lot of potential, don't get me wrong, and I hope they don't take it disrespectful, but he's not on Teal's level yet. That's all I gotta say, and I can't wait till Teal takes him the fuck out, man. On all reality.
Any other questions before I let you go?
No, man, I like your channel, man. I hope you start blowing up, man, and just keep letting people know how they could reach you, man, because I didn't know I could call. I've been watching you for a minute, and I never knew I could call, man, and there's nothing like a good phone call, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the phone calls I just started last week, so this is something new.
Man.
So you haven't been missing out. This is the second week I've been having people call in. So
all right, man, this is good, man. Keep it going, man. I really like that, man, because other channels I watch, man, there's no way that I could get my there's no way that I could express myself. So this is awesome, man.
Nah, for sure, man. You're always welcome here.
All right, my man. Thank you. Thanks for your work. Thanks for your time, man.
No, thank you. Anytime, man. All right. Let me just address this. Canelo ducks anyone who would whip him. First of all, let's get specific, Bugsy King. Who's he ducking? Is he ducking Charlo? Okay, but who has Charlo fought? Has he fought David Benavidez, who called him a pussy? Has he called Demetrius Andrade, who offered him $7 million to fight on the zone and is willing to fight on Showtime for the same amount of money that they paid Deverenchenko? Or is he ducking David Benavidez, who tested positive for coke, missed weight, hasn't? Who's the best name on his resume? Anthony Durrell. Who's he ducking? Andrade. Who has Andrade beat? That makes you go, whoa. Has he beat Triple G? Like, come on, man. We got to look at who he's fighting. He's fighting the champions, man. Come on, man. Like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Like, please. Yeah, y'all really working my triggers, man. Canelo and Teofimo, y'all really working my so people talk about Cambosos. Y'all crazy, man. Teo by KO, it doesn't go 4 rounds. Betting on Teo all day. I totally agree. Shout out, that's Dave Martinez. Dave Martinez, what up, baby? You know you could call in if you want. I'm sleeping on him, bro. I'm sleeping on him. He's ducking. He's not ducking, bro. Who's he ducking? Name. I want names. Name the names right now who he's ducking. Name the names Canelo's ducking. He just went undisputed in 11 months. Come on, guys. We got to pay attention. 11 months he went undisputed. Come on, man. You guys are ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Like, I do agree. I don't like the move up to cruiserweight. Now, you guys got me on there with y'all. And I don't like it because he's moving up to Canelo, to cruiserweight, excuse me, for like a legacy grab, just so he could say he's the first 5-time, Mexican, 5-division world champion, first Mexican to do it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, that's cool. But I would rather see you fight your contemporaries right now. I would rather see you either move up to 175 and fight the winner of Better Beef and Marcus Brown, or I would rather see you fight Charlo, Benavidez, or Triple G. But I don't think he's ducking or Andrade. I don't think he's ducking those guys. I think he's just moving up to cruiserweight because he sees an opportunity to become the first 5-division world champion in Mexican history. Like, how do you guys not see this, man? He fought Triple G twice. He fought Lara. Who, if he's a ducker, why would you fight Lara? Why would you fight Austin Trout right after beating Miguel Cotto? Why would you fight Floyd Mayweather? Why would you fight Daniel Jacobs? Why would you move up from 160 to 175 to fight Kovalev? Why would you go undisputed in 11 months in the 168 division? Why? If you're a ducker, these are not fights you are trying to make. Come on, guys. Like, listen, it's fun. What I find funny, right, is you guys are giving Canelo this hard time about being a ducker, but Tank Davis is making no progress to fighting Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, or Lomachenko, and y'all don't call him a ducker. Y'all just want to say his business. Charlo hasn't fought Benavidez or Andrade or Triple G. Y'all don't want to call it ducking. Y'all say his business. David Benavidez has been calling out Charlo, so you can't say he's not willing. Andrade has been calling out Charlo, so you can't say he's not ducking. Like, come on, guys. Like, damn, man, you guys are crazy. You have Inoue ahead of Crawford. I can't clap to that. I do. To be honest with you, I do. The thing is that has nothing to do with Crawford's skill. Is his resume just isn't up there, guys. Like, and you guys take it personal. Like, I think he sucks. I think Crawford is one of the best fighters right now, and I think if he had the opportunity to fight the best, he probably would prove he's number 1 pound for pound. Probably would prove he's number 2 behind Canelo. But I can't justifiably put him ahead of Usyk and Inoue when these guys have the resume to prove that they're better than him. And whether they are or aren't, they have the resume to prove that they are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I hope you guys like following what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to discredit Crawford. Crawford is a great fighter, and I would never, ever say he's not a Hall of Famer. He was undisputed at 140. He won a championship at 135, but I can't justifiably put him ahead of Usyk, who's undisputed, who's a gold medalist, undisputed at cruiserweight, then won 3 belts in the heavyweight division. How do you want me to put Terence Crawford ahead of him? Like, come on, guys. And Inoue is lighting everybody up. Everybody, I don't think he's had a close fight. And you look at his resume is like 2nd round knockout, 3rd round knockout, 1st round knockout. It's like all early knockouts. It's just now that he's going now more than one or 2 rounds. Like, that guy is nasty, man. Give my man this credit. Black and Brown Boxing, what up, man? If you want to join the chat, man, I put a link. I'm having people call in. You know, if you want to call in, that goes for anybody too. If you want to call in, the link is at the top of the chat. Just click the link. You can use your voice or your face, whatever you prefer. Crawford is undisputed at 140 and 3 titles in 3 divisions. And Inoue is good, but hasn't accomplished that. All right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's look at the box rec of both fighters. That's it. We don't even gotta go back and forth. Let's look at the box rec of both fighters. Because I do agree that I do give a lot of credit for undisputed. This guy, what's his name? Crawford went undisputed, and I give a lot of credit for anybody who goes undisputed, because that lets me know you fought everybody who had a belt in your division. So Inoue is 21-0 with 18 knockouts. That's an 85 knockout percentage. Terence Crawford, 38-0, 29 knockouts. That's a 76 knockout percentage. So Inoue has a higher knockout percentage. All right, let's look at this. What else? So Inoue has IBF in the bantamweight, WBA in the bantamweight, WBO in the super flyweight, WBC in the light flyweight. So he's a 3-division champion, and he was unified at bantamweight with the IBF and the WBA. Okay. Crawford, undisputed at 140. WBO title at 135. And then WBO title at welterweight. Seem pretty comparable minus the undisputed. But when you take into account Inouye has a higher knockout percentage, he also knocks people out a lot earlier than him. Also has wins over Nonito Donaire. He knocked out Juan Carlos Payano, a two-time Olympian, a guy who gave Rashid Warren 3 tough fights, knocked him out in 1 round. Meanwhile, the fight previous to that, he knocked out Jamie McConnell in 1 round. Like, come on. Let me try to see if I could share a screen. I want to see if... Hold on. You're disrespecting Bud, champ. Nah, man. I love Bud. Bud is a good dude, man. I love Crawford. Crawford, in my opinion, is probably the most skilled fighter. But that being said, he has not fought the best competition. Yeah, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can screen share. This is my first time doing it. So if I don't know what I'm doing, please forgive me. All right, hold on. All right. There we go. All right, look. So look at this. Look at this. I want to go down to when he doesn't have a title shot. All right. So look, this is in 2014, 6-round knockout, 11th round knockout. These are all title fights, by the way. 2nd round knockout, 2nd round knockout. Then a decision, 10th round knockout, 6th round knockout. 3rd round knockout, 6th round knockout, 3rd round knockout. 1st round knockout, 1st round knockout, 2nd round knockout, decision, 7th round knockout, 3rd round knockout. Like, look how quick he's getting these people out of there. And then when we go to Crawford, let me see if I could. Hold on. Let me see if I could do this now. By the way, oh shit. Damn. Let's see. By the way, I'm loving this screen share. Okay, and then when we go to Terence Crawford, who I'm a fan of, I don't want to say I'm not. Let's see. Let's go down to, all right. Won his title and decision. Oh, yeah. Decision, 9th round knockout, decision, 6th round, 10th round, 5th round, decision, 8th round, 10th round, 3rd round, 9th round, 12th round, 6th round, 9 round, 4 rounds, 10 rounds. So you see, this Inouye had first round knockouts back to back in title fights. You know what I'm saying? We got to give that credit. I give credit for dominance. And Inouye is dominating in a way that is spectacular. Spectacular. I'm a big fan of it, Inouye. I'm sorry. And I love Crawford, and I'm not disrespecting Crawford, Bugsy. I love Crawford. If you go back to my video, and I'm not sure, this is my first time seeing you, so I'm not sure how long you've been following me. And you guys, Dave Martinez, he's in the chat. He knows me. I've always defended Crawford. I just can't justifiably put him ahead of Inouye and Usyk and Canelo. He's number 4. 4 is not bad. I have him ahead of Spence, ahead of Josh Taylor, ahead of Tyson Fury, ahead of Telfemo, ahead of Jermell Charlo. I have him ahead of a lot of good guys. Number 4 is not disrespectful, believe me. If I had him 19, I'm disrespectful. Number 4, still in my top 5, that's not disrespectful, bro. That's not disrespectful. Yo, bro, that's bad, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not. So you're telling me his best win is against Shawn Porter, who didn't have a belt? That's his best win? That's his best win. But all right, look, Joel Santana. He's either 2 or 1. Nah, not in my book. He's number 4. Number 4 is not bad. You guys are making it seem like I'm crucifying the guy. Number 4 is not bad. Yo, Mash Sage, what up, baby? Nah, man, number 4 is not a bad number. Not a bad number. It's just you gotta earn it. You gotta earn it. And not his fault, he hasn't been able to prove that he's the best. He hasn't been able to get Spence in the ring. He wasn't able to get Shawn Porter in the ring when he had a belt. He wasn't able to get Keith Thurman in the ring when he had a belt. He's not able to now get Ugas in the ring. He was chasing Manny Pacquiao for years and never got that fight. But none of that's his fault. But it is his resume. His resume is his resume. Look at the dominance that hold on one second. My girl's pregnant, so I really can't ignore text messages. So this is not me being unprofessional. This is just me, making sure my girl's okay. Yeah, everything's good. All right. It's just, But yeah. Okay. Okay, so if he beats Spence, then what? Then I'll move him up. But right now, I can't move him up. Hold on. Let me show you guys who Naoya Inoue beat. Because I'm just showing you the types of first round knockouts, and you're probably like, yeah, those guys are bums. That's probably what you're thinking. Let me show you who the guys he's beating. Let me show you. Nonito Donaire, future Hall of Famer. Emmanuel Rodriguez, undefeated. Juan Carlos Payano had one loss at the time. And I believe he's a 3-time Olympian. Let me see. I'll show you right now. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, he made the Olympics in, hold on one second, in 2004 and 2008. So he's a 2-time Olympian. Jamie McDonald was the champion at the time with 2 losses. Like, come on, guys. We guys gotta like, and again, look, this is what really impresses me. This right here. 3rd round knockout, then goes to 1st round knockout, and then goes to another 1st round knockout, and then a 2nd round knockout. By the way, this was a tournament that he was in. He fought Jamie McDonald first, iced him in the 1st round, and then in the 1st round, Juan Carlos Payano in the 1st round, and then in the finals, in 2 rounds, knocked out Emmanuel Rodriguez. We got to give credit for dominance, guys. We got to give credit for dominance. Now, if Crawford was beating the opponents he fought in 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, like Inoue was, then I would have to rank him ahead. But he hasn't. Sorry. Listen, I know that's some of you guys' favorite fighter, and I love Crawford. I can't believe like I'm having to sit here and defend my position on Crawford, but yo, guys, if you don't fight the best, whether it's your fault or not, I can't put you ahead of somebody who is. You understand what I'm saying? You move him up to 1 after that. Nah, man. I can't move him up over Canelo. I can't. I right now, the only one who has a potential to move up to number 1 ahead of Canelo right now, barring Canelo losing, obviously, is Usyk. Usyk, if he was to beat Tyson Fury, I would be hard pressed to not put him number 1 after you were undisputed, after you won a gold medal in the Olympics, undisputed at cruiserweight, where people were comparing you to Evander Holyfield as one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time. And then you beat Tyson Fury for undisputed at heavyweight. Oh, and by the way, you would have to beat Joshua again. So you would beat Joshua twice, then beat Tyson Fury to become undisputed. It would be that's the only person who I can see realistically has a chance of going above Canelo. But I don't think he beats Tyson Fury. And to be quite honest, I don't think he beats Joshua in this rematch, because I think Joshua fought a horrible fight, and that's the reason why he lost. So yeah, nah. But again, I'm a Crawford fan. I'm not going to continue defending myself. He's number 4 pound for pound. Oh, look. Can't lie, Joel. I have Usyk number 1. Listen, I mean, Usyk is very skilled. I think Usyk is too small for Fury, even though he's very skilled. I think he's too small for Joshua. I thought when he beat Joshua, I thought it was a matter of Joshua not fighting like a fighter, not fighting with the right mentality, not having the right trainers around him. I think that's what it was. That's what it was. He didn't fight a good fight. He didn't fight the way he was supposed to. But we'll see. He's gonna have a rematch. He's gonna have a new trainer. Some people saying there's gonna be Ronnie Shields. That's what it's looking like, but potentially Virgil Hunter, excuse me, or Eddie Reynoso. We'll see, but as far as right now, it's looking like it's gonna be Ronnie Shields for the most part. Crawford needs to be undisputed at 147, then he'll be number one. You know what? Undisputed would mean he beat Ugas and Errol Spence, because those are the other guys with the belts. If he was to beat those two guys, especially back to back, after beating Porter, he might be number one after that. Again, barring Usyk beating Joshua and Fury back to back, and barring, Canelo doing something crazy and beating, 5 champions in a row in less than 6 months. I would think it would be hard pressed if he goes undisputed at 147 and let's say defends the undisputed title against Boots Ennis or Virgil Ortiz or something like that. You add that on top of it, it'd be hard pressed to not put him number one pound for pound. Joshua doesn't have it there mentally. I agree. He needs to train with Teddy Atlas. He needs somebody to scream in his face and go, "We're firemen. Go out there, get that knockout, get in his face and do all the antics to pump him up like, yo, bro, you're a fighter. You're supposed to have a warrior mentality." And I think Teddy Atlas is the guy to do it, but unfortunately, he's not rumored to train with Teddy Atlas. Joshua wasn't 100%, but so was Usyk, in my opinion. I don't know about that. Usyk, I just don't think he's big enough for the heavyweight division. I think he's a blown-up cruiserweight. I saw him, Chisora gave him problems. He had problems with Chisora's weight and strength and mass. Chisora just got tired. If Chisora had better condition, I feel like he would have knocked out Usyk, And I feel Joshua's gonna knock out Usyk this time. Joshua is a good fighter, a good puncher. He has skills. He won a gold medal. He had 3 of the belts. I don't think Usyk is going to be able to fuck with Joshua after that. I think Joshua saw what he did wrong and is adjusting, looking for trainers to have a better game plan for when he does fight him. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But what round you guys think Teofimo Lopez is going to knock out Cambosos? How about that? Write that in the chat. I want to see. Oh, also call in. I don't know who's joined in new, but call in. The link is attached to the top of the thing, to the top of the chat. So definitely hit that up. And okay. I got another good question right here. Who do you got? Haney or Diaz? I made a video about this. If you want, I could send that to you. And hold on a second. My girl's texting me. As I told y'all, family first, so I gotta handle this. But yeah, I got Haney. I got Haney. He's gonna outbox Diaz, and I got him by decision. I got Haney by decision. I do want to see how he handles Jojo Diaz body shots, because Jojo Diaz is a really good body puncher. He has a good way of using his height, meaning being short, as an advantage and sneaking in body shots and getting right in the good position. But Devin Haney has a really good, hard, crisp, fast jab, as well as he has very good reflexes and a very box first kind of mentality. So I do think he's gonna be running around kind of in the ring, using his jab and outboxing the shit out of Jojo Diaz. But I do want to see how he holds up in the later rounds to all those body shots. So I got Haney by decision. Michael Blunt has Telfemo winning in 5. Jorge Vasquez has Tio winning in 7. All right, we'll see. I'm hoping for something early, man. I'm hoping for like a first round knockout, like a nice knockout. Not like, oh, the referee saw enough. I want to see something where I don't want to see nobody get seriously hurt. So when I say this, just remember, I want him to be okay. I want him to go home to his family, live a normal life, and continue his boxing career. But I want to see him knock him out cold, man. Knock him out cold. I want to make a knockout of the year type performance, to remind people like, yo, I'm special, man. You guys are trying to give all the credit to Tank, all the credit to Haney and Ryan and Loma. You guys are trying to discredit my win. I want to see a knockout. I want to see a boom, just a nice knockout and remind people I'm number one in the lightweight division. Gary Antonio Russell is up next. He'll silence all that noise in that division. Gary Antonio Russell. Listen, Bugsy King, we've disagreed on everything since you got here, but no, I like Gary Antonio Russell. I like his brother too. His brother just doesn't fight. Like, I don't know what his situation is with his promoter. Or what? I don't know if he's getting ducked. I don't know what's the situation, but he doesn't fight enough. But yeah, I like Gary Antonio Russell. I agree. Thoughts on Boots Ennis? I think Boots Ennis is a future star, future pound for pound star, possibly number one pound for pound. I'm that high on him. He just gets hit a little too hard for me. Like, he gets hit too unnecessarily at times. He'll dominate a whole round and then get caught with a crisp overhand right. And I'm like, dude, you could have you won the round, but you didn't have to take that shot. Now, you can get away with that when you're fighting Lipinets and when you got fighting Thomas Delorme, but when you're fighting Terence Crawford, who could crack, who has power, that you're not going to get away with that. So I do want him to clean some stuff up and not be so careless defensively. But I know his power is real. I know those skills are definitely real. And what I like most about it is his brothers are fighters. His father was a fighter. His father's his trainer. And he seems to be like a kid who's always in the gym. That's how he just strikes me. I've never interviewed him. I've never met him, but he strikes me as somebody who trains all day, every day, even when he's not fighting. And I really like him. I can tell he's a good kid. I can tell he's not going to disappoint people where like, oh my God, look at him. He's at the club drinking. Look, he beat his wife. He just comes across as a really good guy. And I'm a fan of him. Nah, you're a low-key Bud hater. I'm a Bud hater. Come on, man. I'm a Bud hater, but I got him ranked number 4 because that makes me a hater because I rank him number 4. Come on, bro. Like, I check out my last few videos. My last few videos I've been on Crawford. Check how I talk about him. Come on, Bugsy. Like, come on, man. I like Bud. You got to admit, the resume is kind of weak. Be honest. All the Russell brothers are good. Absolutely. I've only seen 2 of them, to be fair. I've only seen Gary Russell and Gary Antonio Russell. But yeah, you're right. They're both really good. And I'm a fan of both. I'm debating to bet knockout first, second, or third. Knockout hedging the bet with a TOKO. That honestly, that's probably the best thing to do right now. Because I know Telfemo's getting the knockout. He is a class or 2 above to George Kambosos. Why not hedge it with a first, or second, third round knockout? Why not? The risk is worth the reward, because if, let's say he scores a first round knockout, I checked the odds for you last time, Dave Martinez. I remember. How much you think you're going to make? If you bet, $10, $20 on a first round knockout, you can make some money. There's money to be made if you make a first, a second, or third round knockout, especially if you group bet. I'm not sure what app you use, but some apps let you group bet. If Teofimo moves up, I think I favor Taylor and Prograis over him. Whoa. That's an explosive statement. I mean, I'm not too shocked as far as with Taylor, because Taylor's a bad motherfucker. Just because he's a white boy, he has that funny Scottish accent. Say whatever the fuck you want about Josh Taylor. That white boy could fight. So I like him. He's a great fighter. So you favoring him over Teofimo doesn't surprise me. But Regis Prograis? Come on, Randy. You disappointed me, Randy. Come on, man. Nah. And Regis Prograis is a good fighter, but like, what has he done since the loss of Taylor? Like, he hasn't really done much to prove to me that he'll beat Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez is going to change everybody's mind on him coming this Saturday. He's really going to put on a performance. Why do you think Undisputed has been more of a focus point recently? The reason why is Top Rank saw that there was that this was a problem in the sport. Because I'm going to give credit to Top Rank, who I'm hard on that time. They saw that, some people complain there's too many champions, there's too many titles, there's too many this, there's too many that. That's one way of having solving that problem, getting people to be undisputed. Because you got to remember, look, Crawford undisputed was with Top Rank. Telfemo, whether you want to think he's undisputed or not, he's being promoted as undisputed, Top Rank. And then people started following the trend. Usyk started following the trend. Canelo started following the trend. Jermell Charlo tried it with Brian Castano. That didn't work, but they was following the trend. I think people are starting to realize, like, having 9 champions in one division isn't good. So I think that's why there's been a lot more focus on that. All right. Let's be honest. Porter is Crawford's best opponent in his career. Just my opinion. I don't hate the guy, but his not generating enough money to fight the guys we all want. I mean, that part is true. He's not a popular fighter. I'm being honest. He got 2 knockouts after the Taylor fight, and that Taylor fight was close. That Taylor fight was close, but you also got to remember who did Prograis knock out. I know one of them was Ivan Redkach, who, I mean, if you guys watch boxing, you should know that he's not quite at that world level. So I don't see why, that would impress you, Randy. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to find out who's the second guy he knocked out. I remember one of them. It was Ivan Redkach, which I believe was on a Triller card. I remember watching it. Hold on one second. My bad. I'm looking up Regis Progress, who's the 2 guys he's fought since Josh Taylor. All right, and Juan Heraldez. Oh, he was undefeated. I didn't see this fight, so excuse me for not. But he was undefeated. All right. He was coming off a draw to Argenis Mendez and a 1-year layoff, 1.5-year layoff. There you go. There you go, Randy. So he fights a guy who's undefeated, but was coming off a draw of Argenis Mendez, who's never been top guy and is older, and was coming off a 1.5-year layoff. Those are the 2 wins that you're talking about? I don't know, bro. I had Taylor winning the fight with Prograis by 1 round. No, it was a close fight, but again, since he's fought, he hasn't really shown me anything. And since, again, your opinion is going to change when you see Saturday night. When you see what Teofimo Lopez does Saturday night. You can blame him not being popular on Top Rank, which I totally agree, by the way. Also, he's from Omaha, Nebraska. If he was from a major city state, he would have been much big. He would have a much bigger following. You imagine if Terence Crawford was Mexican or Puerto Rican? You imagine he was Puerto Rican? Every fucking day at the Madison Square, every time he fought in Madison Square Garden, there wouldn't be a ticket left. It's crazy how, like, race and ethnicity, and if you're from Brooklyn or if you're from, LA, you can have a big following. But if you're from, Omaha, Nebraska, you have trouble selling tickets. Like, come on, man. What's the best division in boxing now? I don't know what IYO means. In my opinion, the welterweight is the best, closely led by I think it's the lightweights right now. You got Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko. That's 5 right there. And then the lower guys are Comey, Javier Fortuna, Jojo Diaz, Isaac Cruz, Rolly Romero. It's very, very deep. And it's very, very top heavy at the same time. The lightweight division is the best division right now. Yeah. If Bud was Puerto Rican, he'd be unable to go anywhere. Yeah, he would be a super duper star if Bud was a Puerto Rican. And because I don't know why, but like Puerto Ricans really support their fighters. They really show out. They have like a specific holiday where they, as far as it's not a holiday, but the Puerto Rican Day Parade here in New York is a big thing. So they promote around that. But how can you promote, like Top Rank doesn't know how to promote black fighters. Bud needs to go with Mayweather Promotions. They know what they're doing with black fighters, man. They'll put you together with the rappers. They put you together with certain people, and they'll promote you the right way. But Top Rank don't know what they're doing with black fighters. That's been the stigma. That's always been. That's why Floyd left. Floyd was trying to get them to promote him in a hip hop kind of way, and he was like, "Yo, they don't get it." So he bought himself out his contract. And look how he became a superstar because he knew how to promote. I predicted a few years back Tyson Fury will retire undefeated heavyweight champion. To beat him, you pretty much have to knock him out. You're not beating Fury over 12 rounds. You know what's crazy, right? I always thought Anthony Joshua was the best heavyweight out of the three. And believe it or not, I still think that. I just don't think he has the mentality. He doesn't have the mentality, unfortunately. It's crazy. It's sad to see because if he didn't have the talent, then I'll be like, oh, all right, like he just doesn't have the talent. He's not that good. But it looks to me like he is good enough to beat these guys. He does hit hard enough. He is tall enough. He's strong enough. He has enough reach. He's popular enough, so you can't say, oh, we're not going to make the fight because he's not popular. He has everything going for him except between the ears. He's way too nice, and he doesn't have a fighter's mentality. He doesn't have a warrior's mentality. He needs what Bud has because Terence Crawford, he gets mad. He's angry. He knocks people out. He'll go over them and like look them in the eye and let them know, like, I knocked you out. And Anthony Joshua is the type of guy like, oh, do you want to go have coffee afterwards? Or you want to do this? You want to do that? It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, man. Since you're from Brooklyn, what's your thought on Richardson Hitchens? Richardson Hitchens need to fight more often. That's my thoughts on him, man. Like, yo, I'm going to look it up before man, Mayweather Promotion been doing a horrible job with Richardson Hitchens. Like, I never, his name don't really ring no bells like that. And you know, I've been seeing him since the amateurs. So like I'm somewhat invested in him. And when was the last fight? His last fight was December 20th of December of 2020. So it's been almost a year. And his last fight was against Argenis Mendez, who's an old fighter, man. Like, we need this guy to fight more often. So he's a talented fighter, but it's hard for me to like give him too much credit when he's not fighting that many people. Like, not fighting that often. He needs to fight. He's a young dude. How old is he? Hold on. I'll tell you right now how old he is. He's 24 years old. Look, Telfemo's 24 years old. Look how many belts he has. Look where his name is at, like, compared to Richardson Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens needs to get his name up, man. He needs to fight more often. Yeah. Where was I? AJ has all the tools, but he needs a little Clubber Lang. Exactly. I totally agree. I personally think AJ is way too nice. Totally agree with that. It's way too nice to look at the way he presents himself to his opponent at face-off, treats them like friends. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to read. He needs to turn into a bull. Yeah, man. Like, he needs to be a little bit disrespectful. He needs to make that person uncomfortable. Not necessarily touch him. And I'll take that back. He doesn't need to be disrespectful. Because if you're not a disrespectful person, it's no reason to get out of character. But you need to let that person make them feel uncomfortable. Look them in the eyes and you know, stare him down as opposed to just staring there, shaking his hand, taking selfies with him, letting him hold your belts. I would be pressing the dude, just looking at him like, yo, my man, I'm gonna knock you out. And whether he feels it a certain way, if he's comfortable about it or not, that won't be my problem. My problem will be to make you uncomfortable, let you know I'm coming with all the smoke. Get what I'm saying? But that's not his personality, unfortunately. He grew up. I want to know how he grew up. If he grew up rich, or if he grew up with 2-family household. Did he get bullied? I need to know more about him. I don't think he has it in him. Ryan Garcia ducking everyone in the lightweight division, in my opinion. Nah, he's not ducking everyone. Some people look at it that way because he didn't fight Devin Haney, but I just think he's just not ready just yet. I feel like they rushing him. He has a lot of things to work on, specifically defense, specifically working on his tucking his chin. He needs to learn how to tuck his chin. So there's a little things that he needs to work on, but he needs to work on. So once he gets that right, he'll get in the ring with all those guys. I think that he'll get it right. I think he's going to surprise you guys. What's your thought on Edgar Blanga? My thoughts on Edgar Blanga, damn, this is the second time I get asked for it. Yeah, I think he's a good fighter, but I have questions about his chin. I've seen him get dropped in the amateurs. I've seen him get dropped in sparring by a 154-pounder when he's a 168-pounder. And then I've seen him get dropped in his last fight. So I question his chin. I do not question his power, though. His power is legit. All right. Catch you later, Joel. It's 1:38 a.m. right now for me. Wish I could stay longer, but I'm too tired. Nah, I get it, brother. I know you, my man. He's from London, so yeah, man. It's too late. I gotta go to bed. I agree with you. Thoughts on Conor Benn? I like Conor Benn, but I'll be honest. They're trying to put him and Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz in the same class. I think he's a notch below them. I think he's talented. I like the fight he had against Adrian Granados. Adrian Granados tried to box. It gave him trouble at times, but it seemed like Adrian Granados was more running at times than boxing. And Conor Benn pretty much figured him out and got the rightful decision. So I think he's good, I don't think he's at the class of a Boots Ennis, and I don't think he's at the class of a Virgil Ortiz. I don't think he's that special the way the UK audience is trying to make him. Yeah, and I get it. He's Nigel Benn's son, so there's some like hopeful, wishful thinking, like, oh man, maybe my dad's favorite fighter. Now his son is probably gonna be my favorite fighter. I don't think he's that there just yet. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce too. Time to hit the gym. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, people leaving already? Nah. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Dennis. Are the UK overhyping him? I'm from the UK, and I think they are a little bit. Yeah, I think that when they start mentioning him in the names with Boots and Virgil, I think that's when they're getting overhyped, because I don't think he's that good. But then again, I haven't seen enough about him. I did see his fight against Adrian Granados. I did see his fight against was it Sammy Fuentes or Sammy Vasquez? It was something, I don't remember the guy's name, but the guy was a tough guy. I seen that fight. The fight ended like pretty quick. Didn't like the stoppage. So I haven't seen enough of him, but from what I've seen, I don't think. Oh, Samuel Vargas. There you go. I don't think he's on the level of a Boots Ennis or Virgil Ortiz. I just don't think so. What's the next blockbuster super fight? Ooh, that's a great question. There's a lot potential right now. There's nothing that's already signed, sealed, and delivered. So these are all potential fights, and I'm talking about realistic ones that are probably gonna happen or may happen. Just a matter of negotiating, either with promoters or the fighters amongst themselves. First, Spence versus Crawford. Now that Crawford is a free agent, we'll see if that fight's a possibility to make. That'll be a great fight. Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. Tank against either Teo, Lomachenko, Devin Haney, or Teofimo or Haney. Like one of those three guys. And Ryan Garcia, but I doubt he'll fight him next. Who else? Fury versus Joshua. Super fights. Canelo pretty much against anybody, but I don't think this cruiserweight that's a super fight. I think a fight against Triple G for the third time or against Charlo, those would be super fights, terms of monetarily as well as possibility of him losing. Although Triple G is a little longer than 2. Guys, if you guys want to call in, the link is at the top of the description, top of the chat, excuse me. Click the link if you guys want to call in. You're more than welcome to. If you have any questions you want to ask on the chat, you can ask over the phone, and we can have a back and forth. Feel free to call in. Hold on, gets thirsty talking this much. But guys, I want to talk a little bit about the Stephen Fulton Brandon Figueroa fight. Let me know what you guys think of that fight. I'm really excited. Stephen Fulton is slowly becoming one of my favorite fighters. I love his fighting style. He can box, he can bang, he can sharpshoot, and he has some pop in his hands. He seems tough enough. That fight against Angelo Leo, he did get touched up a bit, but he fought through it and won. He's fought a lot of undefeated fighters throughout his career. If you guys look up his box rec, matter of fact, let me do that. Let me not do him the service of showing you guys just how talented this guy is and how many undefeated fighters he's fought. Like, this guy, we got to give this guy credit. Hold on. Hold on. All right, Stephen Fulton. Look, 19-0, 8 knockouts, right? That's his record. Look, since his pro debut, look, 1 undefeated, 2, 3, 4. Look, this is back-to-back undefeated fighters. This is a one loss fighter. 5, 6, 7, and this is about to be his 8th. And look, so this is about to be his 8th undefeated fighter throughout his career, and then his 4th in a row. Bro, I gotta give that guy credit, man. You guys gotta give Stephen Fulton credit. He got put in tough, and he's definitely showed his worth, showed that he's a good fighter. I like him. Did you see the drama with Teddy Senior, Teo Senior? Yeah, man. Teo, Teo Senior. He's really from Brooklyn. He grew up and was raised here and all that. I think he needs to chill out with that, man. I understand he's the reason why I don't look at him like some of you guys look at him as a clown. Some of you guys, you look at him crazy, because I know guys like that. I know what type of mentality he has. And he's the type of person that, listen, you got to give me my respect whether you want to or not. And, you're going into a fight, so you're not trying to be all super docile and super respectful. So you're never going to get the amount of respect that a Brooklyn dude requires when he walks in a room. But you got to understand, this is business, man. Like, you can't just go over there. He's starting problems. But, it's good for promotion. It worked for Angel Garcia. Danny Garcia's father, he was crazy, and through him being crazy, it kind of made Danny Garcia a lot more popular, because people would be excited for the press conferences to see what kind of antics he would do. I wish they were in the same division, Danny Garcia and Teofimo, so just to see the fathers interact and going back and forth. But yeah, I do think he sometimes goes overboard, but that's just the way he is. And that guy's not going to change. He's in his 50s, probably. He's not changing. I don't know about that fight, but I saw it on the boxing schedule. Bro, that's a good fight, man. That's it. Look, Michael Blunt, very knowledgeable, very loyal listener. That's an underrated fight. That's a good fight. Come on, man. Come on. How am I gonna come on? How would Teo do against Julio Cesar Chavez, Roberto Duran, Perno, Whitaker, and Mosley? I don't know. Like, and it's not even saying like I don't know, because the guy has 16 fights. How these guys have their whole full career? I don't know how he would do. Like, let's see Teo have 20 more fights than he has now. Then I can give you an assessment. Now, if you ask me, how would Mayweather fight those guys? How would Pacquiao fight those guys? How would trying trying to think who else. You know, somebody like that whose career is either ended or almost ending. Then I can compare. But like Teo's, he has 16 fights. I can't give you an answer on that. Bro, you think Canelo dried this Teo by not mentioning him as undisputed when he defeated Plant? No, I think what happened there is Showtime probably told him like, "Oh, you became the sixth man to become undisputed." So he probably was like, "Oh, I'm the sixth. Yeah. We already did the research for you." So he's like, "All right, yo, I'm the sixth guy to become undisputed." I think that's what happened. And the reason why I say that is because after the fight, he brought up Teofimo Lopez to the press conference to bring his belts and show to Canelo had his belts like I'm undisputed, and Teofimo had his belts like I'm undisputed too. So actions speak louder than words. I honestly don't think Canelo went on the internet and Googled who were the undisputed fighters in the 4-belt era and was counting. I don't think that. I think he thinks Teofimo was undisputed because if he didn't think that, he wouldn't have brought him up there on the press conference. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for this Teofimo fight. Again, he's my favorite fighter. And on top of that, he hasn't fought in a year. This fight has been postponed a bunch of times. And we're finally going to get it. We finally gave this fight to a good promoter in Eddie Hearn. I do feel like he hasn't been necessarily promoting it too hard, but promoting it enough, you know. And Telfemo Lopez, hopefully he scores this knockout in resounding fashion, and then he'll have the leverage against these guys, and he'll be number one on Sports Center just so he could create his buzz again. And even if you're not a Teo fan, which I am, you know, you got to want that for that kid because, you know, he got caught with the Triller mess. He caught COVID. It was a whole mess with the whole purse bid. Then they took the date away from Triller, and then Eddie Hearn had it. And it was like, you kind of want him to regain the buzz he got when he beat Lomachenko. I feel like he never really got to fully capitalize off that due to the fact that Bob Arum ain't want to pay him what he was worth, to be honest with you. That was the reason. Guys, if you guys want to call in, which sounds like y'all don't, the link is attached to the top of the chat, and just click the link if you want to use your voice or show your face as well. That's all fine by me. Most people just use the voice. But yeah, man. Teofimo. Also, there's an undercard. There's a good fight on the undercard. There's the vacant IBF. So the WBO and the vacant IBF for the 130 pounds. So the WBO is held at 130 by Shakur Stevenson, WBC by Valdez. WBA will be figured out when Roger Gutierrez fights Chris Colbert. And then the IBF is vacant. So this is beginning to be a hot division. So seeing who wins that fight is going to be very crucial for the 130-pound division, especially since, again, potentially these guys can move up, and the hottest division right now is the lightweight. So these guys could possibly be fighting the Lomachenko if they move up soon, or if they fight, or if Loma moves down. Who knows? Or they could be possibly fighting a Shakur Stevenson or Oscar Valdez or Chris Colbert. So this fight on the undercard, you're getting 2 championship fights. DAZN really put on a good necessarily fight. I don't know how the fight turns out as far as entertainment level, but as far as importance, the fight on the undercard, the co-main event, is definitely an important fight in boxing. So I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm thinking of going. I ain't buy my ticket just yet because I was holding off of me potentially getting the press pass to go to the fight, but it's looking like I'm not going to be able to. So I'm thinking of going to the fight. It's here in my hometown, Madison Square Garden, in New York City, Madison Square Garden. So I'm trying to, I might have to hit it up. Who's your top 5 in the 135s? Number 1, yeah, I know who's number 1. Teofimo Lopez. Number 2, man, I'm gonna have to go Lomachenko, man. Lomachenko. Number 3, let's go. The thing is, it's hard because I like going off accomplishments, and neither of these guys really got like big accomplishments. I guess I'll put. I guess number 1 and 2, I'm going by accomplishments, but 3, I just go by the eye test. So I'll go 3 Tank, 4 Haney, 5. I can't think of who's 5. I can't put Ryan Garcia right now. Just not yet. I do think he's a talented fighter, and I do think he's actually gonna be better than some of the people. But it's just he's not there just yet. Number 5, who would I have? I guess I'll throw him. I'll throw Ryan Garcia at number 5. Yeah, man. Nah, but yo, listen, we're getting 2 really good fights this Saturday. And then the next week, we getting Devin Haney on Saturday, and then Tank Davis on Sunday. Then the week after that, we getting Lomachenko on Saturday. Yo, we're on the crazy good boxing run, man. If you're a real hardcore boxing fan, you are blessed. We got Tyson Fury versus Wilder in October. And in November, we got Canelo. We got Terence Crawford, Teofimo, Devin Haney, Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa. That's just in November. And then in December, we got so I said Haney. My bad. Haney we got in December. Haney, Tank, Loma, Jake Paul, if you guys are into that. Like, man, our stretch these last 3-4 months of the year, we are blessed in boxing. We are getting some really good fights. And the fighters we like, the name brand names, the Tyson Furies, the Canelos, the Crawfords, the Porters, the Telfemos, the Haneys, the Tanks, the Lomas. We're getting all these fights just back to back to back to back, back, back. I wish, all these fights were free, but, obviously that's not realistic. But we only, all those fights I mentioned, only 3 of them are pay-per-view. So, can't complain too much. The Teo fight's on DAZN. The Stephen Fulton fight is on Showtime. The Loma fight's on ESPN. Oh, I guess the Tank fight is also a pay-per-view. But we'll figure it out, man. It's a lot of good fights. Yeah, but all those guys need to fight each other. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah, if you know my channel, I'm always calling out for the best to fight the best, man. Yo, by the way, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I don't know if you guys have done that just yet, but please do that. Help me out with the algorithm. But yeah, they need to fight each other. But hopefully 2022 would be a year for that. I don't think Tank is gonna face nobody in the next. And not because Tank is a duck. I don't think Tank is a duck. I think his promoters like to move a certain way. And unfortunately, that's not good for us fans. But, you got to listen to the guy who's putting you on, the guy who's putting money in your pocket. If he's telling you, hey, no, it's better business move to go here, and they've been promoting you right, and you're actually on pay-per-view when Devin Haney and Teo and Ryan aren't on pay-per-view, kind of have to listen to the guys who are doing the job. But no, I agree. They do have to fight each other. I think Devin Haney and Teo fight next. I think they fight next. And I know I'm in the minority. I know some of you guys are probably going to call in or write in the chat that I'm wrong. But I think they're going to fight. Ryan Garcia, I see him fighting Devin Haney next year. Potentially, I see him fighting 2 times next year. I see a total of 3 times. I see him fighting like a Javier Fortuna or a Nakatani or something, like that level of fighter 2 times in a row, and then fighting a Devin Haney. But we'll see. It's still early. It's still early. The year hasn't even started the next year. So, but the one fight that I mentioned about the 135s that I do think are going to fight each other, I think Teofimo and Devin Haney are going to fight each other. And I can't wait, because then it'll end the whole undisputed bullshit that's going on. It'll end it right there. Both they'll fight each other, and then boom, there won't be an argument. There won't be a dispute. And whoever comes out on top will be the top dog. Who are your ideal opponents for the Charlos? Great question, Kendall. My guy, Kendall. For Jermell Charlo, the bigger Charlo, I would like to see him fight either Triple G Well, ideally, I would rather see him fight Demetrius Andrade. That's my number one answer. I would like to see him fight Demetrius Andrade. If he can't get that fight, or if he doesn't want that fight, to be honest, I would want to see him fight Triple G. Now, if for whatever reason that fight can't happen, then I would want to see him move up to 168 and fight David Benavidez. I'm being honest with you. Now, Jermell Charlo, I don't want to see him in any other fight unless it's Brian Castano. That's it. Yo, go for undisputed. The fight was a good fight. It ended in a draw. Fight him again. What the fuck is taking so long? I haven't even heard any mention about a rematch. I want to see that fight again. Get the damn undisputed, man. Get the damn undisputed. So I want to see Jermell Charlo fight Brian Castano. I don't want to see him with anybody else. Jermell Charlo in order. Andrade number 1. Triple G number 2. Number 3, David Benavidez. All right. He has it. Oh, Caleb Plant. Wow. All right. I didn't think about it. You know who I want to see Caleb Plant fight? I want to see Caleb Plant fight Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs hasn't whoa. I'm sorry. Rematch is in February, bro, in Houston? Hold on. I gotta check that out. I did not see that. Hold on. I'm going boxing scene. When was that reported, Michael? When was that reported? I don't see that anywhere on boxing scene. You go on ESPN because that's a fight I've been asking for. I even made a video about it. Like, yo, what the fuck is taking so long? That's the fight that makes sense for both. Yeah, I don't see that anywhere, bro. I don't see that anywhere. Hold on one second. Let me check BoxRec. Yo, you got me hyped, man. If the rematch is set for Houston in February, I'll be super hyped. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not on BoxRec, it's not on ESPN, and it's not on Boxing Scene. So I don't know where you saw that news, but I hope you're right. And Michael Blunt, you're a good guy, so I don't think you would lie to me, but I just can't find it to confirm it. Who do you think wins between Teo and Josh Taylor? That's a good fight. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. But I don't know. I will have to see Teo at 140 before I make that decision. But I'm leaning Teo. But I will have to see him at 140. Michael Benson on Twitter said that Showtime and PBC are aiming for February. All right, they're aiming for it. I don't think it's set. Boxing Scene talked about 2 days ago. Hold on, I'm on Boxing Scene. Hold on, let me go Boxing Scene. Oh, right, it didn't go as far down as 2 days ago. Let me see. Yeah, no, but I checked on ESPN and I checked on their BoxRec. It's not there. It's not even like an to be announced. It doesn't even say. Oh, it says WBO to conditionally approve undisputed championship rematch. All right, so they're saying they're not going to force Castano on a mandatory in order for the fight to happen in a undisputed fight. Yeah. All right. I mean, hey, I hope the fight is right. I hope that fight happens. I would love that fight. It was a fun fight, the first fight. You wouldn't want to see that again. Those guys went at it. I thought Brian Castano won. I thought he did a little bit more. The draw, I was okay with it. But that one judge had it like 118, like whatever, 108, whatever the score he or she gave was horrible. Horrible. So, no, that's a fight I would love to see. But, Kendall, to answer your question, Brian Castano for the smaller Jermell, then I already gave you the list of names for the bigger Jermell, for the bigger Charlo and Jermell. Yeah, man. Man, I'm having so much fun with you guys. I appreciate you guys showing up. I really do. Damn, bro. You ODing, man. You ODing. Brian did not win 9-3. Come on. That doesn't even... No. I'm sorry. I thought Castano won, but not 9-3. That's a blowout, bro. He didn't win that many rounds. I didn't score the fight, but just off watching it, it had like a 7-5 feel, like that 75 to Castano. But you got to remember that, like, there was some rounds where Charlo really hurt Castano, where you can have maybe an argument that it was a 10-8 round. So also take that into consideration. But although maybe I wouldn't, I have to rewatch that fight because that one, it was a fun fight. And two, it was a close fight. And if there's a rematch, I kind of want to do my research anyway. So I might watch that fight tonight. I might just, if I got nothing to do, just flick through it after this, and just watch it. It's a good fight. Guys, last time I'll mention it. If you guys want to call in, the link is at the top of the chat. Just click the link, call in, and yeah, man, I can answer any question you guys want. By the way, I was supposed to have a guest today, and they didn't show up, man. Damn. All right. Well, I guess they're not coming on. Jermell fights better competition than Jermell. That's for sure. But I got to say, Jermell needs the power jab like his big bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound disrespectful towards Jermell, but maybe that power jab is working because of who he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the dangers of a power jab is you can get it countered and you could get countered hard. Because when you're throwing hard, you kind of lean forward a little bit. So now imagine somebody times that as you're throwing that hard jab. You're leaning into the punch, and that punch adds pressure when you lean into something. So, I'm not sure if that's what's happening, or if or he just has a good power jab. I don't know, but you're right. It's just Jermell is a good fighter. He's getting in there. He's fought Tony Harrison, fought Brian Castano, fought you guys know. You guys are knowledgeable boxing fans. He's fought the tough competitions. He's never ducked anybody, at least not to my knowledge. I'm talking about Jermell. And Jermell is not fighting Andre, not fighting Triple G, not fighting David Benavidez. He's just sitting on his hands, waiting for Canelo, looking both sides. Can I get Canelo? When am I get Canelo? When am I get Canelo? It's like, bro, how about you prove yourself to Canelo that you're worthy of him fighting? And then you'll get the Canelo fight. Because look, Canelo, not even thinking about you, moved up to cruiserweight. And who knows, when he moves back down, he may not move back down to 168. He may move down to 175. And now he's 2 divisions ahead of you. So don't live your life chasing a fight. But man, I would say Triple G versus Charlo would be a good fight. Derevchenko gave Triple G a great fight, and Charlo whipped him badly, closed both his eyes damn near. No, I agree. That would be a great fight, and that's why I mentioned him. Jason Rosario, Erickson Lubin. Yeah, exactly. I just couldn't think about the top of my head. Man, that Erickson Lubin knockout though, and even the Jason Rosario knockout, he knocked him out with a jab to the stomach. There you go. That's a power jab. You wanted a power jab, Michael? There you go. Power jab knocking dudes out to the body. Who does Fury fight next? AJ or maybe Ruiz? Nah, he's going to probably most likely fight this guy from the UK. His name is Dillian White. Dillian White is a legit fighter, power puncher, has been knocked out before, knocked out by Joshua and Alexander Povetkin. But it's looking like it's going to be his WBC mandatory, and he's going to have to fight Dillian White, who's a legit heavyweight contender. I think Fury is being ordered to. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I literally just said that. Montiel beat the brakes off of Big Charlo the last 5 rounds. Yeah, Big Charlo. He had. I don't know, man. He needs some stuff to work on. And to be honest, I think he's better than Montiel, and I feel like he could have got him out of there. I just think he's not motivated enough. He's thinking too much of Canelo, man. Forget about Canelo. Worry about you. Worry about your legacy, man. Because at the end of the day, if you're not handling the business in your division, Canelo's not going to look at you. Why don't you try to become undisputed at 160 and be like, hey, I want to move up to 168 and fight for another undisputed. Look at my resume. You can add me to your resume if you beat me, but I want to add you to my resume. Why don't you do that instead of sitting on your hands and going, oh, I could be your biggest payday. I could be your biggest payday. I could be your biggest payday. And it's like, that's not what motivates Canelo. What motivates Canelo is the legacy, man. Like, come on. Like, you got to fight the best. Big Charlo, Jermell Charlo, he's the biggest duck in boxing. The biggest duck. He needs to fight Andre. I know. That's who he needs to fight. That's exactly who he needs to fight. Hold on, guys. I got a guest. I got a guest caller. Richard Santiago, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, my man, what's up? I just come here from Puerto Rico. Shout out to you and your program. I just would like to know your thoughts about this coming up fight between Teofimo Lopez and Cambosos. I think the fight actually, because it's going to be actually an action-packed fight, but I think it's still going down in less than 5 rounds by KO for Teofimo. So what is your opinion about that?
I don't think it's gonna be action. Well, it is gonna be action packed, but I think it's gonna be very one sided. And I don't see this fight going past, again, like you said, past the 5th round. Telfemo Lopez is a power puncher. He's very, very explosive. He's one of those fighters who just out of nowhere could just jump in with a power punch. And and I feel like he does that right now in the boxing world. I think he's the best at just that, at that specifically. And I don't think Cambosos is fucking with him. I think he's too fast, believe it or not, too experienced, because he has been in the ring with Lomachenko. And who is Cambosos' best win? I just think, and also it's in Telfemo's hometown of New York City. I think he has all the advantages, and I think he wins by knockout.
And also, I just would like to ask you, what is your thought about Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence? If that fight ever happens, who you see winning at this moment?
Well, I always said that I like Spence better than Crawford. I've always said that. But then Spence got into the car accident. Then he came back against Danny Garcia and looked good. He looked decent. But then he was training for Pacquiao, had eye surgery. So now that's 2 long layoffs, 2 times you have surgery, 2 times you've been injured. And he's not a young guy. It's not like he's 22, 23, 24. He's like 31, 32. And that's not old necessarily, but in boxing, when you've been through fights, that war with Porter, been through a car accident, been through eye surgery and all these training camps, and now you're coming off a long layoff, I don't see him beating a Terence Crawford now after all those situations, especially how hard Terence Crawford hit, as well as how much momentum Terence Crawford is gaining, especially the mental advantage that he stopped Porter when Errol Spence couldn't do that.
Man, thank you a lot, man. Keep up the good work. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna be and keep following you. God bless, my brother.
No, thank you so much. And you could call in anytime here, and anytime you want to ask a question, you're more than welcome here, brother.
Thank you, my brother. Peace out from Puerto Rico.
All right, Puerto Rico, mi hermano. All right, brother. There you go. I'm going international with it, baby. I got people here from London, from Puerto Rico. You know, I got what the guy was from Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? I want to say he was from Tulsa, Cali. Man, I'm got people moving all over the place. All right, let's see what you guys was talking about. Now Andre pulled out the week of the fight. I wouldn't fight him either. But all right. So you're not gonna fight him? Okay, right. So I hate when people say this. You're gonna be that petty and not fight him because of that, and then knowing that that's going to cost you the Canelo fight. Like, you cutting off your nose to spite your face. Triple G is 39, 40 years old. Who's to say he doesn't beat Murata and retires? Now you're fucked. You got to fight the fighters, even if you don't like them, even if they did you dirty. Come on, man. Like, these guys are good. Like let's make moves, man. Teo sparks him in 1 or 2. Figaro also stops Fulton. Oh, yo, bro, you got to call in. Sir Edwin Longfellow, call in. the TO part I agree with. He's gonna get him out early. Figueroa stops Fulton, brother. You have to call in. I know you probably wasn't trying to. I don't know who. If you called in already, call in now, bro. Hit that link in the chat. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear that explanation. I got Fulton. My man from Arizona, my man Kendu, originally. My man. Man, you see, I got people from the West Coast, East Coast, all over the coast, man. Damn, yeah, you got Figueroa stopping Fulton? The thing is with me, with Figueroa, he gets hit a little too much. Like, I feel like he brawls unnecessarily at times. I'll be like, dude, like, you way better than this guy. Why are you in the inside with him? Man, you're way taller than him. Why are you in the inside with him? It's sometimes he makes these stupid mistakes. Now, Stephen Fulton, you know, he's not the perfect fighter himself either, but I feel like he doesn't unnecessarily gets hit. And that's one thing I don't like about fighters. I don't like when fighters unnecessarily get hit. That's one thing that I never, ever was a fan of. That's one of the problems I have with Boots Ennis. And that's why when somebody asks me, what do you think of Boots Ennis? I think he's good, but I just think he gets hit sometimes too unnecessarily, especially Boots Ennis, who's such a talented fighter. Switches southpaw, switches orthodox. That has all these moves, but sometimes it gets hit, and I'm like, like, you can get away with that here, but at the top level, when you fight a Spence, when you fight a Crawford, you're not going to get away with those type of punches, taking those type of punches, you know? Guys, I'm not going to be on here much longer, so if you guys want to call in or ask a question in the chat, please do. I'm just gonna be here for a little bit longer, and then, you know, I'm gonna bounce, but I don't want to bounce without giving you guys the opportunity to either call in or ask a question that you were curious about. But yeah, by the way, guys, I'm not a Terence Crawford hater. Please do. I don't want to see in the comment section that I'm a hater of Terence Crawford, because I'm such a Terence Crawford fan, and me having him at number 4, I didn't know was gonna cause such a problem in the chat. I was gonna get called a low-key Bud hater. Bud, hate, you know, all like, chill. So if anything you come out with this live, please don't come out that I'm a Bud hater. I literally just said I think he beat Spence, obviously due to the fact that Spence had surgeries and all this stuff, but I don't I'm not a Bud hater. It's the moral of the story is what I'm trying to say. Yo, but like, I appreciate you guys coming on, though, by the way, especially the guys I know. Right now, I only know one of y'all personally, so that's good. So I appreciate the guys I don't know, and I do know. Both of y'all, man, I really appreciate that. All right. Who's the best Dominican boxer right now? It's probably Elvis Rodriguez. What's his record exactly? He has 1 loss. I'll give you exact record right here. Elvis Rodriguez. And, let me pull it up, and then I'll screen share so you guys are familiar with him. Apparently, I can't spell Rodriguez like an asshole. All right, there he is. All right, he's 12-1-1. Let me screen share. That way you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm familiar with the face. I love the screen share. This is my first time using it, so I like it. All right. Elvis Rodriguez. Look, 12-1-1. 11 of those 12 wins were by knockout. So take that into account. Let's look at all his fights. So started off. Oh, he went pro in Tijuana. That's interesting. He didn't start his career in the Dominican Republic. So he has a good manager then, this guy. He had a draw here, which this dude was cut above the eye. It was an accidental head clash. All right. And in the rules in California, when the accidental head clash happens, it results in a draw. So it's that draw on his record. Just look at it as like a technicality, not that he went to decision to a draw. So look, he has all these knockouts. And then he had a step-up fight here against Verón, and he went to decision. It was a tough fight. I remember watching it. It was on ESPN. But then they put him in tough again against Kenneth Sims Jr. And Top Rank didn't want to put him in against Kenneth Sims Jr. But the manager, from what I've heard, pushed Top Rank like, no, my guy's ready. Push him, put him in tough, put him in tough. And Kenneth Sims came out and outboxed him and beat him. So then Top Rank released them because they didn't like the fact that they were pushing, that the manager was being so pushy as to moving him fast. And Top Rank goes, wait. We have a process of how we do things. So they released him. Then he signed with PBC. Fights on the Canelo undercard against an undefeated fighter, knocks him out in the 5th round, and it's a one-punch knockout. So it was a blessing in disguise. PBC also known for paying their fighters real good. So this was definitely a blessing in disguise, him getting released by Top Rank. Now he was on the Canelo undercard, and he impressed. He got a nice knockout. Really sharp shooter. He does have things to work on as far as cardio, and I do want to see him use his moving defense as opposed to his defense of just holding and catching the shots on his arm. He has things to work on, but I feel like he's the best Dominican boxer right now as far as up and coming. And also Michelle Rivera, they call him Ali because he kind of looks like Ali, and they giving him similar haircuts to Ali. He's okay. I'm not too high on him, but he's someone to keep an eye on. And then this Javier Fortuna, who is a hard puncher, whatever you want to say about his skills, but he definitely can crack. He definitely got power. So yeah, that's pretty much the 3 right now Dominican fighters. Carlos Adama is here. He's all right. Yeah, Dominicans, we don't have a lot of good boxers, but Elvis Rodriguez does have the potential to be special. But all right, guys, I'm going to end this live. Thank you guys for coming on. If you guys want to call as I'm saying my goodbye, that'll be the last call I'll take. But thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. Any questions you guys ask, and I take a good effort into answering them. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of this thing for you guys. I want to make the public more knowledgeable, and I always represent the consumer. I represent the boxing fan and what's best for the sport. That's when you come to my channel. Just know that everything I say is in good faith and what I think is best for the sport of boxing. And I always represent you, the consumer. I don't give a fuck if it's financially beneficial for the promoter. I don't give a fuck if it's financially beneficial for the fighter. That has nothing to do with me. They mind their business and I'll mind mine. And my business right now is to represent you guys as consumers. And when there's a bullshit fight, I call it out. When there's a good on the card, I'll let you guys know. When there's a bad on the card, I call it out as well. So I really appreciate you guys showing up. And believe it or not, this right now, my views may be not where it is. My subscribers may not be where it is, but I guarantee you, come back in a year, this channel is going to be one of the biggest boxing channels in all of YouTube. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it right now. And you guys are hearing me out. So when it happens, just remember you were here and you saw it. All right, guys. I'll answer this last question and I'll go. Thoughts on Xander Zayas? Talented fighter, very young, but I love his swag, man. He has swag. He has star potential in terms of how he carries himself, how he performs in the ring, how he showboats a little bit. He has star potential, plus him being Puerto Rican helps because Puerto Rican fighters always get support from the Puerto Rican people, especially in New York City and even in Orlando, Florida, believe it or not. So, yeah, I like Xander Zayas, but I can't tell you exactly. Do I think he's going to be a pound-for-pound guy? I need to see him in a little bit more tough before I make that claim, but he is a good fighter. I believe it. You got talent. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate this. I really appreciate that. But all right, guys, thank you so much for showing up. I'll be here next week, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. All right, guys, till next time. Peace.